G'day, how you doing? This is the story of Herbert the Huntsman. Now, here in Australia, huntsmans are fairly large spiders, about half an acre across, weighing about 700 kilos. They ride Harley Davidsons and have very big boots, and we are rightfully scared of them. Well, no, not everyone's scared of them, but like some of us don't like spiders very much. Herbert the Huntsman lived all by himself at the back of the house in the shed. At the potter's address in Dingledale Road, the rafters up high for a bed. Old Herb had decided that he would reside in the corner to capture a breeze, though now he was older he found that the cold gave him twinges in all 8 knees. Young Gladys Potter had gone out and got a new bike to go seeing the town. She, young and pretty, would head to the city, spend afternoons wandering around. The bike was a tandem, chosen at random from others lined up, brand new. Gladys thought maybe, till she had baby, she'd ride with her young husband Stu. Good old Stu. Stu knew the spider was living up high in the corner, but left him alone. Herbert got on with what spiders do best, but to Gladys, well, Herb was unknown. The new bike, bright red, placed under Herb's bed in the shed for the night in the dark. For no other reason than Glad found it pleasant. It seemed like a safe place to park in the dark. Later that evening, as Herbert was leaving to forage for flies round his suite, he softly descended on silk till he ended up sitting alone on the seat. To the rear of the bike at the back of the shed, strolling round at its surface, because, though it felt rather better, was out of the weather, he had no idea what it was. It was a new house, he squeaked. Crawled underneath, it was comfy there out of the wind. Shifted homes through the night, saw the job was done right, snuggled under the seat and moved in. Then sunshine broke through a hole left by a screw which had fallen from out of the wall. Herbert asleep, resting there, counting sheep. No idea neighbours came to call. Gladys and Stu, with little to do today, settled on heading to town, early to rise in the fresh morning skies, took the tandem and rode on down. Herbert awoke to the sound of the spokes swishing softly, the gravel below, crunched under the tyres, the frame, the wires, Glad's legs moving to and fro. The poor little spider, 8 eyes opened wider. Fear had him cling to the thread he'd hung with great care, held his breath as he stared at the road rushing under his bed. Ah! Gladys, with Stu powering on through, had no idea Herbert was there, singing along to a favourite song, tra-la-la, into the breeze without care. Herbie, in panic, became rather manic, jumped out from below in distress, onto Gladys's thigh, then rushed up quite high to the soft skin under her dress. Glad gave a wiggle, a short nervous giggle, as Herbert climbed into her bloomers. She had no idea what was happening down there and brushed it away with good humour. Herb, filled with fear, the wind in his ears, scurried back down her leg, then flew from Gladys's knees, rose on the breeze to the back of the jacket of Stu. It was then, finally then, dear Gladys saw Herb. She silently screamed at Stu's back. Stu still singing, while Glad started swinging, beginning her vicious attack. She punched at poor Stu, knowing not what she'd do if the spider got somehow to her. A guttural roar expelled from her jaw as her handbag came up in a blur. She swung it at Stuart, the spider in view, but old Herbie was quick as a hare. The wind from the south blew her into her mouth, which was open, screaming right there. Ah! Poor Stu, as you do, lost control of the bars, as dear Glad spat old Herb on her dress. Herbie was stunned, took off wondering how he got into this mess. Glad swinging wildly, Stuart now gliding as best as he could down the lane, out of control, going faster, rolling. Her arms thrashed again and again and again. At last, out of luck, they rode into a truck, rolled off to the gravel below. With Stuart, Glad, the bike, the arachnid, stretched out in a disordered row. Herbie awoke on the side of the track, checked that his legs were good. Frightened, stunned in the cool morning sun, he ran to a pile of wood. He'd never go back to Dingledale Lane. This was his new place for now. Stuart and Gladys awoke from the tragedy, hobbled off back to their house, recounting the tale over countless cold ales. Further on down the road they would joke of the time a huntsman flew into her mouth. The reason the tandem broke. Very rude.